Yo, what's up everybody, my name is James, and after Mario's last adventure in Grassland, I think it's time we go back to the Mushroom Kingdom in Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. Let's begin, shall we?
Super Mario Land 1 was, as I said in my last video about it, good. Not great, but good. I saw it as a game that you could pull out and play while waiting on something.
Will Super Mario Land 2 have a similar effect? Let's find out.
You remember a few seconds ago when I said that it's time we venture back into the Mushroom Kingdom? Well, that's the plot. Right after the events of the first game, Mario heads back to the Mushroom Kingdom to find out that his cousin Wario has taken over its castle, and sealed the door with a lock that can only be broken by collecting the 6 golden coins. First off, Mario's a castle. Maybe he finally did something with all those coins we've been collecting, who knows. Secondly, 6 golden coins. What does that make these in? Copper? Nickel? Anyway, bottom line, yellow fat guy stole castle, go get it. It's simple, yet effective. It's not the kidnapped princess story we've seen Mario games take nearly every game, so it's nice to get a breath of fresh air story-wise. Control-wise, it's any other 2D Mario, and Mario controls decently well. It feels much like the original Super Mario, but it feels like they used some WD-40 on Mario, because he doesn't feel nearly as stiff as he was in the original. Props to Nintendo. As for the power-ups, there's the usual Mushroom, Fire Flower, now shown as a feather on Mario's head, which is an improvement over taking the game's word for it that I got a Super Ball in the first game, and Superstar, which has slightly annoying music. But now there's the carrot, which gives Mario bunny ears and the ability of slow fall. Anyone else thinking of Playboy when hearing that? Ugh. After the introduction level to show us the ropes, we're introduced to a world map, a la Mario 3. But rather than being introduced to each area one world at a time, we can go to each area whenever we want. And we don't even have to beat the boss at the end to be able to exit, just walk out whenever you feel like it. Though for me, I'm just gonna go through normally, so in order you go through Tree Zone, Space Zone, Macro Zone, Pumpkin Zone, Mario Zone, and Turtle Zone. Enemies in this game are much more varied than they were in Mario Land 1, to the point where Goombas look different in each zone they're in. For example, in Pumpkin Zone, they're Jason Voorhees, and in Turtle Zone, they have scuba helmets on. As for other enemies, it's kinda weird. Like, really weird. If you can't tell by the strange aesthetics and weird enemies already, this was directed by Hiroji Kiyotake, who would be the director, later game designer, of the following Wario Land series. I'll talk about the bosses, but they're pathetic. They all go down with 3 hits on the head or some fireballs, with the exception of the 3 little pigs in Mario Zone, which multiplies this by 3. There's a crow, a mouse, a witch, the aforementioned pigs, an octopus, and... oh my god, it's Tatonga!
What do you know? He's so humiliated by his defeat in the last game, he got even more pathetic.
After you beat all the bosses, using massive air quotes there, and get the 6 golden coins, you can finally go into Wario's castle and reclaim what's rightfully yours. And holy crap is this part of the game hard! And you thought Skybase Zone had a difficulty spike? Well, ain't got nothing on this. Swinging spike balls, statues that shoot fireballs everywhere, and the lava pits, oh the lava pits! If you thought the game was easy so far, well this is definitely where you can get your difficulty fix. It makes sense, you can play the levels in any order, so the difficulty is pretty similar, so they all feel like you can start there. But at least in Mega Man it's all hard. It's just jarring. If you can get past that hellhole, you see these balls with Wario's face on them, which may feel a bit familiar to Sonic fans. You need to jump on each of them twice to defeat him before facing the big man himself, Wario. Again, jump on his head 3 times and you can move on to his next phase. Yeah, that's right, phase. He has 3 of those, second one of which he uses the carrot power I so love to use the entire game, and the third one he uses the fire flower. I've always liked this idea of the villain using your power-ups against you. I wonder if we ever see this again. Either way, beat him all 3 times and you're introduced to a small gremlin guy. After he throws a shoe at you and runs away, yeah, nice sportsmanship there, Mario's castle returns to its former glory, thus ending the game.
Well, that was fun and all, but let's start wrapping things up.
Overall, I think it's a fun, albeit easy adventure. I know that some levels have a secret exit that unlocks a secret level, but I don't really care about them since there's not really any reward for beating them, besides a slightly different zone map as far as I'm concerned, and a shortcut to the boss level in Macro Zone only. And also, it's pretty short, but not as short as the original, lasting you just over an hour if you know what you're doing. But with the last of the negative stuff out of the way, I think it's a very good Mario game, and one that I would recommend if you like Mario games or just want something to play for an hour or so. It's cheap on eBay and Amazon, being about 10 bucks or so, but if you don't want to have to buy a Game Boy or have to carry all that around, you can get it on the Nintendo eShop for just 4 bucks for 3DS.
Well, that's about all I have to say about Super Mario Land 2, so next time we meet, we'll be talking about something a lot more new because of a new capture card that I finally bought, so I can record footage for my newer consoles. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys next time. Later. Also, did anyone else happen to pre-order a Nintendo Switch?